Hello and welcome to the next video of my LCP previews. We're covering Talon. They've changed their name back from PSG Talon to Talon because the PSG is no longer a thing. Talon Esports, I don't know, like a continuation rebrand from Flash Wolves of old. Actually, in 2020 were considered Talon, and then PSG came along. So no records for the last 3 years for Talon. And with PSG's money out of the equation, as far as I'm concerned, it's a different team because PSG are obviously a big organization in the sports world. So there was money there that very well could not be anymore. But nevertheless, going into this season, they're ranked first based on stats. This team I expect to be the best minor region team this season. As year in and year out, it continued to be. Whether it doesn't really matter what the name is, the footprint has been set in stone for the players of today from the players from yesterday. And not only that, the majority of these players are the players of yesterday, especially going into this season. So in top lane, we have Ozzy. Ozzy had a very good season last year by his standards, even in international events, stepped that up and played decent. 4.5 KDA, 56.1 KP, 7.7 CS per minute. Lower farm, but still came out positive with a 0.8 share differential and a 1.42 ROI. So still dealt damage without requiring all the resources, which is significant because you see a lot of top laners need 8.5 or so, 8.3, 8.5 CS per minute to be able to reach the ROIs that Ozzy was giving his team, as well as positive share differential. Significantly better than other PCS tops, up 545 gold on average. I mean, going into this, I have him ranked third, but I think there's a case to be made that he could be the best top laner going into this one. Maybe second best behind Kiea, but it's not a chasm between the two. 2.85 vision efficiency, 18 champions, 99 games. He's 23 years old. Udyr, Rumble, K-Sante are his three most played for just over half of his games. So not the widest champion pool around in terms of games played. Clearly playing those three. We're going to go Zika 1. In top lane, played on in the PCL last season. So this is one of those teams that actually has an academy team, which is nice. 5.2 KDA, 50.3 KP, 8.6 CS per minute, a 1.57 ROI, and 14 champions, 79 games. PSG's team was dominant in academy. There's no doubt about that for sure. Karsa joins in the jungle. Former Flash Wolves player, obviously. NRG as RNG as well. Had a very good LPL career. Has returned to the PCS, and I expect him to go to an international event or 2 or 3 this season. 4.1 KDA, 70.9 KP, 6.4 CS per minute with CFO last season. A team that I would say disappointed that they allowed SBH, SoftBank Hawks Gaming, to even get an opportunity to go to Worlds in their place. A lot of people, including myself, felt CFO were the team. They were going to get that opportunity. Just one moment. Okay, back to Karsa. 4.1 KDA, 71 KP, 6.4 CS per minute. Like I said, with CFO, left a little bit to be desired alongside Gory, but it is what it is. Negative 3.4 share differential, 1.16 ROI. Did deal a decent amount of damage for that team out of the jungle role. This team heavy carry. Somebody's going to have to play facilitator that really didn't last season. Who that will be remains to be seen, at least from a gold standpoint. Who's not building for damage? Let's put it that way. Karsa not gapping opponents in the laning phase. Early pathing, he was only up 15 gold on average. 3.64 vision efficiency. You'd like that to be better, especially given his experience. He's 27 years old. Somebody who I have ranked fourth going into this season in the LCP. I think there's a case to be made that he's top 3. Guri kind of snuck his way in there in second. We'll see if Guri can follow that up this year. 19 champions, 71 games. Sejuani rallies Sin, 38% of his games. So very facilitator-oriented with his 3 most played. Zin is behind him, 5 KDA, 67.5 KP, 6.5 CS per minute, 1.3 ROI, 20 champions, 79 games. Can't say it enough. That PSG Academy team just ran the PCL. Fofo returns to this organization, essentially. Former Flash Wolves player like Karsa and Betty. definitely the best, Taiwanese player right now in mid lane in the world. And it just fit that he would be the guy to replace Maple. I said it immediately. Fofo will replace Maple again, like he did it before, because it makes sense. And this gives Fofo an opportunity to go to international events, because he was on Team Wii last year, had a very good season, despite what many people might say. Statistically, he was excellent. Going into this season, I have him ranked second in the mid lane role. I think there's a case to be made that he could be first. He could be the best mid laner in this region pretty easily. 3.7 KDA, 67.5 KP, 9.1 CS per minute. All standard numbers, but where he shows his value is in the carry department. Positive 7.9 share differential. That means, for reference, I think he received 23% of Team Wii's gold and dealt 30.9% of the damage. That's a lot coming from one player, and you say, yeah, but he's a carry. Not many players did that last season. Not many players can claim that much of a share differential where, hey, I dealt this much damage for my team and only took this many resources to do it. A 1.77 ROI, very high damage divided by gold, and he did it down 60 gold at 15 minutes. So it was not the laning phase that got him leads. It was the mid to late game. 2.76 vision efficiency, 12 champions, 79 games, 25 years old. Azir Tristana Corki, just over half of his games. Senbon is behind him. Senbon has played in the PCS before. 6.1 KDA, 65.5 KP, 8.5 CS per minute. Very strong 1.8 ROI. 13 champions in 70 games. Betty, best ADC going into this season in this region. I think there's a case to be made that he could be the best. Very solid, consistent. Had some ups and downs in the LPL, but as far as in this region, formerly in the PCS LMS, he's one of the best. He's an excellent player. Internationally, he's just that weak side guy. But last year with this team, he was, capable of packing a punch. So 6.6 KDA, 65.6 KP. So less than 2 out of every 3 kills, but also didn't die. Stayed relevant. 9.1 CS per minute, a 4.4 share differential, and a 1.63 ROI. Standard numbers for his role. Up 340 gold at 15 minutes. 3 vision efficiency. 16 champions, 99 games. He's 24 years old. Lucian, Kalista, and Jhin, only 32% of his champion pool. So wide champion usage. Dudum at a 6.2 KDA, 62.7 KP, 8.1 CS per minute, and a 1.58 ROI. 16 champions in 70 games. Not a lot of resources given to him, but he kind of just, went with the flow as PSG did well. Woody at support. So Woody's the worst player on this team. He's the second best support going into this season statistically. I think he's definitely upper half. Very active with his team. Always a high KP. A 5.3 KDA, but a 75.6 KP. 3 out of every 4 kills. Very active. Getting around the rift, involving himself. Negative 5.9 share differential. 0.8 ROI. Solid ROI given the fact that he's involved. He's not, holding Betty's hand with a 65% KP like other teams we've won over. 175 gold ahead, 1.85 vision efficiency, 18 champions, 99 games, 26 years old. Rel, Leona, Nautilus, 41% of his champion usage. TNS, 5.1 KDA, 66.3 KP, 0.83 ROI, 17 champions, 79 games. This academy team is going to be one of the better ones that we see probably going forward. Corgi as a coach. As a coach on EDG's staff in the LPL, he went 21-11 in the regular season and 11-5 in the playoffs for a 66 and 69% win rate respectively. In the PCS, 77-15 in the regular season for an 84% win rate. 59-26 in the playoffs for a 69% win rate. Internationally, 29-33 for a 47% win rate. All that with PSG. Shows just how dominant PSG was with Corgi at the helm and in the PCS and LMS. Just crushes the opponents. It's an anomaly when they don't win, or that organization and the organizations that were before it didn't win. It kind of is a formality. And honestly, this season, looking at this team, it's going to be them or GAM. And we'll see what happens. I mean, yesterday I went over Vikings, and I mean, they have an outside chance. Statistically, they grade out to be able to do it, and they'll be in the conversation. But I really do expect this veteran team to kind of just take care of business like it always does. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.